So I've got some of my biggest updates on Digga Ranch today. I can't wait to show you. Where's my tipping? Almost there. I just tipped, didn't I? So right about there. Not bad. Super scary. Bring the RPMs down. There we go. One of today's projects is I'm going to build a frame to mount my solar panels on so we got power out here. Come on, let me show you. I need the pallet forks for this and another project. They were already on this machine, so I'm like, I don't feel like changing them. Let's just bring the machine. I really need to fill this hole. Hear that sound? Yep, that's the sound of power. That's a generator. So I didn't film, but I've been working on some of this stuff. So I've got my Harbor Freight Predator 3500 inverter generator running, and it's awesome. I fired it up at 11 o'clock this morning. It's 4:15. I have no idea. I don't know how much gas is in it, but that's awesome. So I've been getting everything set up in the shed, all kinds of stuff. But I decided I'm gonna take everything out of the shed because I happen to have rolls of insulation at home. OSB for the whole interior, about 250 bucks. I happen to have an extra roll of Romex. I need to buy some new work boxes, put them in, run the Romex, but there's no light. So 24-inch on center studs, 24 by 36 window, 24 by 36 window, 24 by 36 window, maybe on this side 2 windows, and a man door. Seal off these shed doors and turn this into the Our Life in Trees Digga Ranch office, solar room, Starlink center, camera hub, break room, bedroom, 12 by 20. So, not for sure, but pretty sure. So the camper, I've been running it. Check this out. It's a mess still. Got this dude kicking. Air coming out. 55. Yeah, if I can get it right. Yeah, 50s, 60s. Everything else around here, 80. 83, 84, 81. Door be hot. This is the hot side because the sun's on it. 85. Sun's on the roof. 87. Air coming out. 63. 52. 53. Let's just say that. So what I did was I left this thing running. This is my AFRI power center. This is the P280. It's a 2800 watt power center with a 2000 watt hour expansion battery, which this has 2000 watt hours, so 4000 watt hours. And this I have plugged in this Inverter 70 amp charger. It's running 69.8 amps. And it is charging the single Inverter 460 amp hour battery. So we're looking at 66% charge, 329, 327, somewhere around that watts going into it. And coming out of it is the AC. So that generator is plugged in to my WFCO box for the camper. It goes in the 110 in there. 110 comes out of there, goes to the power center. Power center has got 110 coming out, going to the charger. Charger converts to 12 volts, going to this. This goes to the AC. On that, I have another battery back behind there that's running all my interior lights. I'm just chilling inside today, and it's nice because I have an air-conditioned camper, and it is currently 93, feels like 101. Yeah, it does. But more than that, I've got my set power fridge plugged in right here to a 110. I've got cold water. I just brought some more Gatorade, Element, black cherry lime, stay salty. So I got those in there, and I've got this padlock. Check this out. I'm gonna install this padlock. Thumbprint. See that? Just in case you didn't see it. Thumb on, open. That's what I want on the camper. So this is from eSmartLock. eSmartLock smart padlock. I'm gonna test it out. Let's see if it's any good, because so far, no keys. That's a game changer. I forgot to mention, I moved the camper over here. So the camper is now here. And that's kind of exciting, to tell you the truth. So we've done a lot of clearing. My wife and son and I were out here, and we cleared all kinds of trees out of here, cut lots of branches down, and started to burn. And I've just started clearing trees and just clearing trees. And I still have a lot more to go, but look at this area. This is the area I'm kind of focused on. I want to be able to see down into the woods, so we're slowly clearing the trees out along here. And then this whole area, I used the R32 and started pushing trees over, and brought out the chainsaw, started cutting. So yeah, cut down lots of trees. We're gonna have a big old burn day out here. Now here on the pond yesterday, see the water rippling? Can you guys see that? What I noticed is there's lots of fish right there. That's why the water was rippling. So coming up, I don't know how soon, but maybe this fall, maybe this summer, I don't know. I'm gonna start cutting all these trees down on the dam, because the pond is seeping through the dam, probably because of all the, someone just jumped in, probably a frog. Because of all the trees. See how it's wet down there? So, yeah. So my plan is I need to get a road back over to that other side. I got to go back over there, right here, clearing all this out. So I think what I might end up doing is continuing the driveway right here, widen the dam, and make a road back over there. Take all these trees out, bring more material in. I think that would be awesome. Still's a lot of work. What I'm lacking now is shale. I really need to get shale out here. Cover this driveway, cover this camp area, fill the low spots in so I don't have all the standing water. And rumor has it, I'm standing on shale. Yup, right here. So I'm thinking, this is high, right? All this high area. What if I took all this out, started digging here? What if that's shale? I mean, it couldn't be that easy, could it? But look, it looks like. I mean, everywhere you walk here, there's shale on the ground. And I hear this town is full of shale. Like, that's where all the shale in this area comes from. Look at this. Shale. Start walking off in the woods, which is scary. Look. Shale. I think this whole area is shale. Like all the way down to the stream. Everywhere you look, there's just shale. So I'm going to use the mini excavator and I'm going to start digging. And we're going to see if we can't find shale. But today, one of my big projects is I need to get my solar panel set up. And I need to turn this generator off and start getting solar out here to power this so it's nice and quiet and I don't keep wasting gas. Look who I found. He's not happy about me. He's hiding. Ha! What's up, turtle? Check this out. Isn't that cool? Shale's so cool. So cool. With the glare from the sun, you couldn't see me bring these things over because I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So, not very exciting. I brought these over. These are the new Renogy 200 watt bifacial solar panels. So, it's your normal solar panel, but the reflected light on the back, it picks it up also. So I'm gonna get these dudes hooked up, and I really want to have solar going in my camper. These are actually pretty heavy. So I'm gonna plug these into my power center. My AFRI power center has 2 solar inputs. So that means I'm gonna wire 2 of these in series and the other 2 in series. And that way I'll have 2 different 24 volt inputs because I could do 2 different inputs. Oh. 72% charged. Plug the camper in. Okay, I just plugged in the battery charger for the Inverter for the air conditioner. Now we're pulling 1230 watts, 1260, 1270. Looks like we're gonna stay right about 1250, 1260 watts it's pulling. So I'm gonna need to put some power back in it, and that's where solar comes in. This is a temporary setup, so my long-term solution is I'm gonna run it quite a ways away. That's why I have 20-foot cables. But I'm gonna plug these 20-foot cables in, and let's see where we're at. So the mud puddle here, there's a drainage right there. See that? So I'm thinking I'll just dig across here, let that all drain, and then I can backfill this with some gravel or shale later. Not positive that'll work, but I think it will, and I could get the water out and maybe get some of this muck out and then fill it. So GSA Equipment sent me this Rippa R32 mini excavator. It's a 7,000 pound mini excavator, and I'm gonna use that to dig this out, and let's see if I can get this thing to drain. Special thanks to GSA for sponsoring the channel, allowing me to use some of these cool machines to show you if they're really good and how they work. So let's pull this thing out and see if I can get this job done with that.